Right, time for my roundup for this UFC 83. I'll start from the beginning. First I'll look at how I did on my predictions, and then I'll go into some of the things I'd like to raise. If there's not enough time, I might do that in a second roundup, but anyway. Okay, title match. I was really predicting that Matt Serra would manage to redo what he did in the first. I think the problem was that GSP doesn't need to start by standing, if that makes sense. I still think that if GSP had chosen to, or in later rounds had been forced to stand for very long, he would have needed to have a boundary setting period in which Matt Serra could, burst through. But yeah, so TKO in the second. I'm not very happy with the stoppage. I can't decide if I think, for the sake of 20 seconds, it should have gone into the third, or whether I think that Matt Serra sabotaged himself from the point at which he decided to drop his hands and just receive punches from GSP, with the thought that better to lose sort of in a way that wasn't too spectacular so that he could get a rematch and remain in the limelight, than either lose later on in a big style loss, because I think he realised by that point that he couldn't actually beat GSP straight away. I think one of the key things to remember is that he didn't regard losing in Montreal as a loss. What he regards it as is GSP being level with him. He sees them as being 1-1 now, and he's looking for a rematch in New York, probably under the delusional hope that he can, show GSP for what he is, or what Matt Serra thinks he is. Anyway, so I was wrong in that one. Travis Luter, I don't think I made a prediction on this one. Although I did say that Franklin was better on the ground than people gave him credit for, and I believe he was. He proved that in the first round when Luter tried to armbar him, and it was to no avail. Shocking performance. I think my issue with Luter has something to do with the fact that his outrageous smack talking against Franklin, considering that he hadn't fought in a year, and that the last time he fought was on the cusp of a failures tough reality series, and that he failed to make weight, and now he really believes that he should be up to fight Anderson Silva. I do not think so. Caleb Starnes versus Nathan Quarry. Well, I like Nathan Quarry anyway. I did say I think it was going to be a TKO in the third round, and it went to decision. I just don't know what happened to Caleb Starnes. I have to say that I thought that that Quarry was actually absolutely excellent. I think he did well, considering that Starnes did nothing but run. I think he was absolutely brilliant. His antics at the end were justified, I think. It did make me laugh, and he did actually publicly apologise, because Starnes took it personally. But I mean, for goodness sake, it was supposed to be a fight, and you can forgive somebody who puts a lot of work into their things, who's genuinely a nice person, who gets slightly pissed off because Starnes won't fight him, basically. So yeah, okay. I did say I didn't care about Michael Bisping or Charles McCarthy. Okay, Mac Danzig, I said I thought he would win by a choke. I didn't specify the round, but it happened in round 3. Although I have to say, I was very impressed with with Mark Bocek. Indeed, I don't think I wrote it down, but his was the first fight that I managed to see on YouTube, and I was very, very, very impressed with the amount of heart that he showed. Definitely, yes. And I don't think he's a can. I did say I thought he was a can, but I don't think that's a can. Jason MacDonald, I said he'd win by RNC in the second. His first fight with the same person, he actually won by TKO. And there's been sort of talk about the fact that he may have hammer-fisted Joe Dawson after Joe was out, and the referee has already made sort of a public statement saying actually it was his fault. He didn't stop the fight soon enough. As far as MacDonald was concerned, MacDonald knew that Dawson was out, looked for the referee, but the referee did not stop him, and the idea is that the referee must clearly stop them. Otherwise, you shouldn't actually stop. So MacDonald continued, and that's when it was stopped. I said I didn't care about the Alan Belcher or Jason Day match. Sam Stout versus Rich Clemente. I think I actually, in the end, said that I wanted Rich Clemente to win, but that I was going to go for Sam Stout TKO in the second. What a pity, since Rich Clemente won by split decision. On that note, anybody who wants to see somebody who's very, very good at making predictions should go to colemiller.com, because he was fantastic with his predictions. So yes, you should definitely go and see that. Okay, Jonathan Goulet. I was told by the forum, really, that Hironaka was going to win by, submission, and actually it ended up being TKO by Goulet, so I'm going to blame that one on them. Brad Morris versus Cain Velasquez, I said I wasn't interested in, but I did like the name. And incidentally, his 2 wins and 0 losses, this is Velasquez, has now gone to 3 wins, so there we are. Ed Herman. Now, people online criticised me and said that I hadn't looked into Demian quite enough. They said that he was very good, and he won via triangle. In fact, he put Ed Herman to sleep, which I find quite incredible and quite good, really, because it's always nice to see somebody like that that you don't like going to sleep, particularly when Ed Herman just doesn't seem to know how to tap out to a choke. So there you are. So well done, Demian. But I got my prediction wrong. I said submission by armbar in the second by Ed Herman. So there we are. I want to say on my notes that Kenny Florian, who I've spoken to, I thought he was a fantastic commentator. I thought, I'm just going to check the time whilst we're here. Yeah, haven't really got enough time.